I would call it product design, not project that you just design and go. You get that's why it's called product, because we are in the very fast-paced world where things moved around, and things move, and we just when things move, we just have to adapt with it. About 2 years ago, everything was about maybe short videos, but now some people are now even more people are, instead of going to short videos, they do longer content. So they just use short video to direct people to their stuff. So I think all of us, we are on the call now. So I think we can get started. Just let me round up my sermon. And that is what I'm trying to say, is that don't wait until everything is perfect. Myself and Ade, we are not expecting you guys to give us a perfect design today. Honestly, we are just looking for you guys. We want to see what you have done. We want to see how you guys are. Okay, you were given a task, how you guys were able to translate that task into something presentable. You get, that is what the whole stuff we are doing today is all about. You get, so, and I'm looking forward to learn from you guys, and looking forward to give you some guidance and some direction in some part of your project and presentation too. So over to you, Sarah, as we kick off the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prazo. Thank you very much, Prazo. Thanks everyone for joining up. Although we're a little bit behind time that we should have started, but we'll just get right into it. So I'm just going to introduce our panelists for today. First panelist is Prazo. We already know him as the design lead at Treford, and Adebimpe, the senior product designer at Freeform. So I'm just going to make a little clarification about how these presentations are going to go. Each team member has about 15 minutes to be exact, to make their presentations. Please say all the group that joined late. I think it was Team Colossus that joined late, but each team has 15 minutes max to make their presentations, and the panelists have 15 minutes to ask questions and provide some feedback to them. Also, the team members that are going to be presenting, please make sure that there's someone else on your team who has your slides or your presentation deck open, just in case there's any network interruption. So do we have representatives for each of the three teams? Or who are the representations for Team Artemis? Who is representing you, please? Hi guys, can you hear me?
Both of us are representing ourselves, all of us. Well, what we thought we would do is Indy presents the case study, and then I present the prototype of the app.
All right. For Team Colossus, representation, please.
For Team Colossus, I will be presenting I'll be handling the presentation. David and Esther will be on hand with the presentation as well.
All right, thank you. Team Olympia. Hi, Team Olympia, can you hear me?
Hi, I'll be handling the presentation for Team Olympia.
All right, great. Just to note, finally, Team Artemis will be the first to present, then Team Colossus, and then Team Olympia. So if Team Artemis is ready, we can get started immediately. I'm going to put on my timer for 15 minutes. Indy and Chidima, are you ready?
Yes, Agnes, I'm ready.
Okay. Can you present your screen?
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Yes.
All right.
All right. Your time started.
Can I go? Okay. All right. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Inifreke, representing on behalf of Artemis Group. So this is our case study pitch deck. To begin, I'll just start with a story, right? Hoping my screen is as fast as my voice because my network is a bit slow. So it all started on a Monday evening traffic leading journey back home from work, right? A typical Lagos traffic journey home. And Wally was scrolling, Wally was scrolling through Instagram just to pass time when he came across a random reel, which I believe many of us would have come across in recent times. And what was the post he saw? I'm not the blind, right? I'm sure most of us are familiar with this sound from Instagram and from several other places. So Wally came across that content, laughing his heart out, the way home. But the following day, he was pretty disappointed. Why? Because he didn't save the post, and he really wanted to save the sound so that he could make his own reel, right? So this is Wally. We actually did a real user research, an actual user research, and Wally is actually a real person. Although picture is not real though, these are stock images. But the description and every other thing here is real. Wally is a 27-year-old web developer living in Lagos, uses social media for leisure and personal use, uses an iOS phone, doesn't download content, hasn't used the content downloading app before, loves coming across random reels on social media like the I'm Not the Blind one we just saw recently. He uses social media for leisure. Okay, this was repeated. Sorry about that. So this is our first user persona, right? And it's from his pain points that we really thought about our design, that we really had our design thinking for this particular project, right? Moving on. So just like Wally, you also, who is listening to this, following me on this presentation, you're also a digital citizen. And sometimes you really just wish that there's like...
Sorry, and
Indy, we can't see your screen while we're on
yeah,
the first page.
You can't see my screen. Oh my God.
We can
it's
see
been
your
on the no, we can see it, but it's just the first page, the Treford Artemis Group, the cover page that you've been on since.
Wow, 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 wow. I'm not sure why that is. Is it moving now?
No, it's still on the same screen.
Maybe you can stop sharing and reshare it.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Okay, is it moving now?
What? Can you try to turn the page? Hi, Indy.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you see it now?
Yeah, it's on
Uh,
in page, but I want to confirm if we can follow you along. Can you try to go to the next page?
okay.
It's on the same page. It's all started on a Monday evening. It's still here.
Oh, that might be my network. I'm hoping it's not. So it still hasn't moved.
Can your partner share the screen
And
instead and you just talk over it?
Okay. Chima, can you do that?
All right, let me try and share my screen so you still be explaining, but I'll just move while you explain.
Yes, of course.
All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So sorry,
All right.
Indy. Okay, it all
Yeah.
started. Sorry, where are you? Are you starting again?
Okay, let me just quickly run through it again. So I think we already got the story right. So coming home from work, Wale saw this reel, which we all know popular online. And next slide, Chidima.
Okay.
Yeah, so following day is disappointed. He can't find where he saw the post, can't find the username anymore. So he can't access the sound. So yeah,
Okay.
next slide. So
All
we
right.
did our actual user research, and Wale is a 27-year-old web developer living in Lagos. He doesn't download content, hasn't used the content downloading app before. He uses social media for leisure and personal use. He loves coming across random reels on social media. Yeah, next slide. So yeah, I said before that just like Wale, you also are most likely a digital citizen, right? And sometimes really just wish there was an easier way to like get that content that you saw last week or last month or yesterday or in the morning, and not having to go search it all up again. Or maybe if you run out of data or something, just having it ready to go. So yes, next slide. Yes, so what if we had a solution for you? Well, we are in luck because we do. But first, let's show you 4 of our other user personas. So we actually interviewed 5 people for this. So this is Toyosi, right? Toyosi is a 22-year-old photographer who lives in Lagos. She uses social media for personal use, leisure. She uses status saver to download content. She loves following photographers. She uses social media for 6 to 8 hours daily. So this is a typical Gen Z, right? Next slide. This is Blessing. Blessing is a 26-year-old product designer. She uses an Android phone. Also uses a status saver to download content. Loves following Christian celebrities. She hates excessive ads. So this was a major pain point from using apps online. This is Benjamin, a 29-year-old VC scout living in Lagos. He uses social media for his business, doesn't download content too often, uses social media for 9 to 12 hours daily. I wonder why that is. And he loves following like his mentors, work-related people online, like Inya Boeji. And finally, this is Joseph. Joseph is a 30-year-old art director living in Lagos. He uses social media as a content creator. He uses an Android phone, downloads content very often, and uses WhatsApp downloader and YouTube downloader to do so. He spends less than 2 hours on social media daily. That's some serious discipline. Loves following comedians and musicians on social media. Yes, so we're done with our personas, and the next slide. Chima.
I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
Yeah, thank you. So one thing each of these personas have in common, and you also will probably have in common, is that they have an active presence on social media, right? And they need an easier and swifter way of accessing their favorite content, even when they forget who posted it. So that's like a tough nut to crack, but we realized that it's not so tough. So here's what we did. We thought about how to make our users' lives easier, and voila, we figured out that people may not remember where they saw a post, but they will most likely remember what they did with it, right? So what do I mean? You don't remember the name of that creator, but you probably remember that you liked the post or you commented on it, nice one, nice work, dig up, stuff like that. So what if we could design a content downloading user interface, right, that allows our users easily download content they've recently engaged in? So we'll base it off categories like your previous likes, posts you've previously liked, commented on, saved, and other common features on their social platforms. So we did this because most content downloading apps don't have this feature. So you have to readily have the link to the post before you can download something. But what if you don't even have the link, or you don't even know you don't even know where you last saw that post, right? So our app will save up all your previously engaged posts for you. So our storyboard is that the user logs in. Sorry, we are using Wale's pictures. I couldn't get pictures for the storyboard on time. But user downloads the app, logs in, adds a preferred social media account. Next up, he has access to recently engaged content. Then it chooses a post from his list of previously liked posts. It sets his download format and resolution. Then he clicks download and saves to a folder on his phone. So that's our storyboard. The next slide. Yes, so say hello to Snappy. We designed on iPhone 13 and 14 screens. So here we have our flash screen and our onboarding screen. So we have our sign up page and all of that. Yeah. So let's begin. Yeah, we can go on Chidima. So let's begin. The user logs in after.
Indy, we can't hear you anymore.
Hi, Indy, can you hear me? Can you hear us? We can't hear you again. Okay, if we can
Yes, Chidima, please just continue.
can't hear him, I think I can continue from here. He's having network issues.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
What I'm doing.
All right, thank you.
Okay, can you hear, please? Can we hear me? And can we
Yes.
still see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay. So these are pages. From the login, you get your welcome page, and this is where you can access your activities. So, and then from accessing this is where you log in, you connect your social media account, sorry. So assuming the person chooses Instagram, so this is basically the flow. After you put in your login details, you grant access, and then this is where the main journey starts. The person can choose to access either the person's likes, comments, shares, or saves, and it just takes you through the whole content selection and downloading process. And then after which your download is successful, then you can choose the folder to save your content on. So our prominent use of blue stems from the color psychology that blue is often seen as a non-threatening and conservative, color. It involves feeling of calmness, serenity, and tranquility, which is what we want our users to experience. Not when you're on an app. Maybe it just makes you feel fidgeted and anxious or whatever. I mean, the whole purpose of coming there is to be relaxed and spend time. So these are our color choices for Snappy. And the plugins we used Unsplash, Icons 8, Icons Counts, Material Designs Icon. And this is all our team members, Chidima Faith, Joshua Ndifreke, and Jude. And of course, special thanks to Treford Academy and all our facilitators. These projects wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have been feasible without you all. So thank you very much. Eshe, Dalu, Nagodis, whatever your language is. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I'll just quickly switch to Figma, where we can just in less than 10 seconds see what the actual app looks like on a prototype. Yeah, so can we still see my screen?
If you're not sharing your entire screen, then just switch to this tab. Just click switch to this tab.
Okay. Sorry, I should switch. How would I want to take and switch?
You see an icon just on top of your screen. You see an option to switch to this tab.
Okay, I can't see it though.
Have you gone to your Figma tab?
Yes, I'm on my Figma tab now.
You can't see any option to switch to this tab.
No, all I'm saying is stop sharing. So maybe I should stop sharing and reshare.
Yeah, I think you can stop sharing and share. I think you are only sharing maybe a tab initially. So you can share your entire screen.
Okay. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so let me just restart. So this is the flash screen and it moves, and there you have the sign up. So let's say we click on sign up. This is your sign up page, and when you click on sign up, it takes you to the welcome page. But let's assume this person already has an account, and we click on login. You put in your login details, every other thing you need, and then click on login. And then this is your welcome page. Welcome, Chidinma. Let's begin. So just like the solution we're trying to give, instead of, if you have your link, you can paste your link here. But if not, we're assuming this person wants to connect to Instagram. And so you click on the Instagram icon, and then you fill in your details, and then continue. And it takes you to the authorization screen where you grant access, and then say okay. And there you have it where you can access content you recently engaged with. So you don't have to start looking for the link. So let's say this person wants to go to, he liked the I'm Not the Bride. So he clicks on the like and assume this is the content, and he clicks on it, and this is your I'm Not the Bride video. Down here, you can choose your formats, the format you want to download the video, and the resolution. So he selects MOV 1080p and then download. So this is what your downloading process will look like. And after it's done, download successful. Then you can either choose to go back home, or you have to save your content. And here you choose a folder that you want to save to. So whatever folder you choose, let's say Reels, you save it to your Reels. It is saved successfully, and we are done. So yes, and then from here you can just quickly navigate back to the home page. So that is it from us, from Team Artemis. So thank you, Indy. Thank you, Jude. This is our project.
Yeah, another person just
Thank
presented.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chidinma. You guys were right on time with about 50 seconds left on your time. Personally, this was really beautiful to watch, but I would give the floor to the panelists now to ask questions and provide the feedback.
Okay.
Prazo, Adebimpe.
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to message Adebimpe to go first, but he said he sent it to me at the same time. So I think I will go first. So thank you guys for your presentation. The journey from the way you told your story from the beginning. I think that is very commendable and well done on the project. The first thing I noticed is your collaboration when you mentioned that you will like what role each of you guys will be playing during the presentation, which is very, very commendable because I mean, you are going to be working with a development team at the end of the day, and you are not going to be working in your silo. So, meaning that you guys actually are playing to your strengths. And also, I think in the first part of the call, when you are commending your teammates based on their strengths, that you asked that one person is strong in the research path and the other person on the UI part. So I think it's good for us to play to our strength, which is very, very dope. So can you just go back to the beginning and let's see some comment. Let me drop some comment.
Okay, that's the beginning of the prototype.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I think your choice of color is dope, but I kind of feel like maybe the combination of the color, it's somehow too much. I can't really feel any contrast from your color, you get. So by contrast, I mean looking at your two buttons to sign up and to log in, well, I kind of still not feel it, especially on the login button where the color of the text is white and the color of the background is somehow just a you just reduce the opacity a little bit, which your sort of hierarchy is still not it's not well articulated, you get, but it's not like I'm just mentioning it, you get, so that you can note that and improve on that on your subsequent project. So that is that about this page for me. So you can go to the next screen.
Okay.
Yeah, so for this screen, I'm looking at the experience of the app itself. So I would love to ask you a question. Why are people signing up on this app? Why are you people signing up? Let me ask you that question.
Okay. But did you have anything to say? I should say.
Anybody from your team can answer too.
Okay, yeah. So it might not necessarily have like a huge function, but we're hoping that maybe in more developments, the app, like it could scale up to something bigger, maybe for users to connect and share stuff they've downloaded as well, so they can have user profiles.
Yeah, I get you, but why I ask that question is this: from your user persona, from what you presented from your user persona, part of the characteristics of your user is that most of them are always online, you get. And one of the reasons why you are having this app is that some of them, when they want to download something, you get, when they want to download something, they like maybe they tend to forget what they want to download, all those kind of stuff. And when they come to this app, the app will be able to easily help them capture that. I know this is a one-time thing when they have to sign up, but having to now log in every time they want to use the app might not be a best experience. Why am I saying this? Because well, I was expecting maybe you to say something about security, you get, but since you didn't mention that, so I was why did I mention that is that because when you are like to me, I feel that this app is still I feel that this signing up is like just like interactive costs. It's like on the part of the user. By interactive cost, I mean that there is virtually nothing you are doing with this sign up, with the data they are signing up with, that you can't do, because by the time they are now connecting their maybe social media account, everything you want to track about them, from their email to their first name to their last name to their username, you already captured those data from that process. You get, this is more of a user experience things, and it's expected for this kind of task. You get, I'm expecting that kind of mistake. You get, not mistake, but that kind of this kind of stuff, you get. So please, can you go back to the screen? I can't see your screen again. So I'm just trying to mention that because like you don't want to cost your user some stuff. And there's something I want to ask you guys. Do you guys, because I'm very sure that there are some apps that are doing the same thing already. So do you guys do some user competitive research? Like what did you got from your analysis? If you guys did anything regarding competitive research or your competitor research rather.
Okay, yes, we actually so we've actually used some content download platforms in the past as well. So those were the apps that we like mirrored.
So I have a question on that. So what are the differences? What did you notice from those apps that you guys are trying to upgrade on your own app?
Okay, so I think the major difference for us was that most of them only have like where you can insert the link to what you want to download in order for you to download. So we have like another option of like users don't need the link, you just need to know what you previously did with the post for you to be able to download.
Okay, I'm actually intentionally asking all these questions. Why? Because I want to be able to validate if your research are legit. You get, because you mentioned something in your research. You were like, some people are only able to, like some of your persona now, so they have used some apps in the past, but they can only use it for some certain apps. Because for most of the apps that are outside there, it's either you can only do WhatsApp status downloader. You need another apps to do maybe Instagram. You need another apps to do YouTube. You get. So I've not like seen, and you mentioned something that one of your persona don't love seeing ads. You get. So these are what like I want, like I'm open to hear when I ask that question, just for me to be able to correlate back. It's like a normal reverse psychology for me to now know that okay, these guys, their research are actually they actually did the research. But I'm just telling you, these are like sometimes that maybe if you are going for an interview, that they might be using what you said initially to now stylishly ask you questions. You get. And if you cannot now correlate both together, then it will be somehow obvious that you didn't actually do the research or the stuff that you said you did in your initial presentation. You get. But you answered the question at least reasonably to some extent. So can you continue sharing the slide? So please, I will need everything to be taken notes so that I won't have to go about all these things, repeat ourselves. So can you go to the next screens?
Okay. I think my colleague dropped off, but I'm trying to like log in on my laptop to share the
Yeah, no, I think I can see it already. So just go to the I think I am kind of cool with this part. I'm kind of cool with this part.
Okay.
So okay, welcome Chidima. Let's begin. All right.
And then they
So
click on oh, sorry, should I go back?
yeah, please go back. Okay. I'm just trying to read through. Well, I think this page is fair enough, but the only thing I want to say about typography here is that I don't think you need to break it to this 3 line. I think the maximum you can do for this content is quite short. You can just do 2 lines. You get.
Okay.
So it looks so bulky in a way. You get. So yeah, you can continue to the next part.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
I should continue. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think this is fair enough. This is fair enough. So well done. Let me hand over to Ade so that you can add some other stuff to it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Can everybody hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
All right, awesome. Uh, thank you, Prazo, very much for all of those comments. Right. So I'm just going to try to add to what he said. So the first issue that stood out to me the most is, can you go back to the sign up page when you talked about the contrast, right? So the thing is, when you are designing, especially when you're doing UI designs, what I always advise is, as long as it's a UI design, there's nothing you want to create that is new, right? So you want to look at, okay, get as much inspiration as you can get in order to not this splash screen, the screen after the splash screen, the getting started screen. You have to focus on, like what he said, what Prazo said, contrast, right? These three colors, despite the fact that they have contrast, the contrast is not clearly defined, right? They are still like kind of sinking into each other. Okay. So that's one of the things you want to avoid. Now, let me jump back a little bit. So I like the fact that you talked about the story telling form of style, which made the pitch deck very interesting to listen to, and you're able to carry us along, right? But there are a couple of things that you missed out on. In terms of your research, right? Why did you finally decide that this solution, right, is the best solution to the problem that your personnel have? That's something that you guys missed out on. I think that you guys just had probably like a direction in mind already. So you just try to create a story around that direction, right? I'm not in your mind, but as a product designer, that is what I see. Okay. So then apart from that, another thing that is important is Prazo. When a Prazo asked a question and then the way you replied, that's on that issue, is that if you are product designing, every single thing you do must be backed by data, even if it's a lie. I know I just said something very, listen, it must be backed by data, because when you are designing and there's no reason for you to do that element or do that design or go in that design direction, then everything you have done, no matter how much the amount of work you put into it, is actually very irrelevant. Okay. And it's some of these things are like very basic. So are you doing it to help the user? If you are doing it to help the user, in what ways are you using it to help the user? For example, this solution does not necessarily have to what's it called now? Does not even require you to sign up in the first place. It does not require you to download the app. Okay. And then Prazo talked about competitors, right? Many of us have used some of these competitors before, and no offense, but I rather still prefer to go with the competitor. Why? Because I don't have to give my data to the competitor. However, if you give me something that is more quantifiable, in the sense that this solution you're offering is better than anything I've ever seen before, anything I've ever used before, in terms of saving what's it called? In terms of saving content from social media. Okay. That would have been a lot more better. So then when you talk about like signing up, remember Prazo said, okay, if you are using it for security, that makes sense, right? But other than that, it doesn't necessarily make sense. Then apart from that, another thing that I think you guys missed out on, and it really pained me anyways, because I remember taking my time out to explain. Can you go to the next pages? I took my time out to explain that in my class, that if you are designing, there are design principles, okay? And each design principle has to be familiar to the user. So I'm seeing an iPhone screen. Is this an iPhone or Android that you guys use here? Whatever, whether it's an iPhone or Android, right? Can you go just skip to the home page? Hello. Can you please skip to the home page?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Click on login, click on login,
So I should
login.
keep moving or just go straight to the home page?
No, just let me first comment this. So, whatever, regardless of whatever device you're using, right? Most of the time you just
Is this where you want? Can you
yes,
hear
yes,
me?
yes, this one first. So most of the time, if you require them to log in, right? Is either you provide just one, okay? So maybe a fingerprint login or face login. So if the person is an iPhone user, they will most likely use face login, right? For newer phones, not the two at the same time. I understand some Android phones do the two. Say I think Samsung does the two. Yeah, mostly Android phone, but for iPhone users now, it's more of just one. I can't see a screen again. Okay. Can you guys see this a screen?
No, I think she has been logged off. I think her network has gone off. Indy, can you share your screen? Or Jude?
Okay, I'm coming to. Thank you.
Sorry, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Sorry.
yes.
Network is very unstable.
Login.
Okay, so I should move. Let's begin.
Yes, this place. Yes, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing is you just paste a link here with or choose a social media account below, right? The first thing that jumps out to me when you say I should choose a social media account below is that I don't really get, as a user, I don't really understand why you just say I should choose an account below, right? So you want to the idea is you want to give them clear statement on why they need to pick an account below, okay? And I think I mentioned is that if you want the user to perform something, right, you have to give them value, you have to show them value, okay? So it's not just enough, like when you say paste a link here to download what exactly, okay? Then the next thing that also jumped out to me is your use of margin, right? This margin is very excessive. And I think I talked about that also in layout design, that mostly the formula for mobile phones is just between 16 and 32. And what I'm seeing is around 48 pixels, which is like quite a lot. Okay. Then another question that jumped out to me in like your solution is that the way you allow them to save the images, are you going to like offer maybe cloud solutions to save on the cloud? Okay, and how can they access all of those saved pictures? So for example, the very solution you are trying to prefer. So for example, let's say, yes, you allow me to save in a particular folder and all like that, right? How do I find those pictures back? So as a user, I should be able to do that within this your platform without having to go back to this thing. And if you look at it, the very solution you are trying to offer is really missing in your app. That is helping them to easily have a place to find content that they really want to look at, maybe for not just now, but later. Okay. So for example, let's say I don't remember the folder I saved it in. How do I do that? So these are like questions that you should have looked into. Okay. So just even having like a bookmark page and showing just a list of all the pictures they've saved, and then introducing tabs of, okay, maybe you want to introduce tab by social account, or you want to introduce tabs by likes, or you want to introduce tabs by comments, right? So like, or filters rather, that will have helped. Okay. Then again, when you select Instagram, please. Thank you. In real life, it's not it no longer opens up within your app. What happens is that Prazo, hello Prazo, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, they are supposed to use like an iframe.
Yes.
Exactly. So what happens is that you use
of
it's like you're opening the application, but the application is going to be it's like as if the application is floating on top of your app. So if you are familiar with like HTML, there's something we call iframe. So what we do is that we take a white screen, and then we now insert, okay, this is it is like, the way you have your screen like this now, at least everybody's familiar with Figma. So you take another Figma, another frame, then you take the Instagram interface and put it inside it, and then you now place that on top your design. Do you understand? So that's what we call like iframe in HTML, CSS. So the same thing, that's what you should have done. So the only difference is that you not like to take up your entire screen. All right. It may just be like maybe 90% of your screen. So that they can still have that feeling that, okay, we are still within their app. Okay, I understand that you guys are new, but these are like the corrections that you need to take to out, so that you know that when you're designing and you want to log into a third-party platform, these are the things that you have to do whenever you need to log into a third-party platform. Okay. So can you hit continue? Thank you, David, here now. Now, when I was talking about also in principles of layout, especially specific to different devices, right? When you get something like a notification, is mostly the app component, like whether you're using an Android app or a what's the word now? Or whether it's an Android device or an iPhone device, they already have design standard for notifications like this, right? So if I were you, what I would have done is I would have gone to Figma community, search for grant access notification, look how it looks like, and then just take that and place it as a model, not this. Okay. If you are still going to use something like this, I'm not saying this doesn't work, but you can see that everything I've been talking about so far has been based on user familiarity, right? If you open Instagram, you see there. If you open WhatsApp, you see there. They use components or elements that are already familiar to that what's it called now? That operating system, what's the word? Operating system components, right? It makes your work faster, and you get to save yourself a lot of stress. I've seen people implement it like this, right? But interesting enough, it's very funny enough that a lot of people don't really trust it again. They even feel like it's trying to act them, right? So, and this is where you are trying to gain their trust. So when you want to gain somebody trust, you have to introduce something very familiar to them. Does that make sense? You can see that for everything
So,
hello. So you
okay,
can see that.
sorry, continue. I wanted to ask a question because
Okay.
I'm not sure I
Let me-
really understand this part you're talking about.
Okay, stop sharing. Just stop sharing. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing is please share your Figma links and start preparing. I didn't think you're muted.
Can you imagine? So now, this is what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, now you can have the title, okay, grant access and stuff like that. So this is a component that is familiar to the iOS ecosystem. When you are talking and then trying to ask them for, trying to show them notification for them to a notification for them to perform an action, especially in the areas of maybe you want the users to perform something that is security conscious. So for example, you want them to grant access to their mobile. So you want to introduce something that's more familiar to them, that just train your design there. Okay. So that was also contained like almost in the other elements within your app, even apart from down the grant access, also the areas that you're going to save the files. So those are like the things I think you guys should take to heart, right? And but other than that, it's a very great design. Well done and you're just starting. This is nice. So thank you for having me. Then the next thing you can start. Let me stop sharing.
Thank you very much, Adekunle. Guys, hope you got down those feedbacks. So next team is Team Colossus. Tayo, David, and Esther. Please put on your videos when you start presenting. I let Indy and Chidima slide because they were experiencing very obvious network issues. So please you can share your screen and start whenever you're ready.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Tayo from Colossus. I will be sharing my screenshot. I would like to apologize also as my laptop does not have a webcam, so my video will not be showing.
Okay.
Views. Can everyone see my screen, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting shortly. Okay. Okay, hi everyone. Like I said earlier, my name is Tayo Ashobon from Team Colossus. I'm excited to share with you a project I think has a lot of potential in resonating with a Gen Z / young millennial audience, and especially among the social media active, demographic in that age group. And I'll dive right into it. We've all used social media before, and be it a conversation on the Twitter timeline where we want to react to different news, different tweets with images or memes or GIFs, or just sarcastic pictures, or be it a TikTok challenge that we want to save and try when we have the time, or when we're on Instagram and we see a shoe that we like and want to save it for when next we have shopping needs. So I'm very sure that each and every one of us can relate to the fact that we need to be able to download and reference visual content from social media. It doesn't have to be a Wally, it doesn't have to be a particular persona. I think I'm sure that each and every one of us who use social media have at one point or the other needed to download visual content, be it pictures, videos, memes, GIFs, whatever the case may be. So that was our challenge, to create a simple, friendly app that allows users to easily download visual content. We needed to make this process seamless, secure, and enjoyable. Why seamless? After conducting our user interviews, after conducting our research interviews among our audience, our prospective users, between my team, David, Esther, and I, we found a common problem. When people wanted to download, they had to use external links or external apps, and the process was often cumbersome. It could either have too many ads, it could have, there's risk of opening virus-laden websites. There were risk of running into copyright infringement laws. So we wanted to make this process seamless, simple, and secure. Those were our key objectives in designing this app. Apologies, I've forgotten to scroll. So a couple of other challenges that our users faced were the quality of downloaded content. Oftentimes when they eventually download the videos, it had been pixelated because of compression. the downloading process was ineffective or frustrating. When they had downloaded it, it took a while, or it was difficult to find where it was on their phones. And like I mentioned earlier, unnecessary ads from external parties. Our target audience among the people we interviewed, they fell between the age range of 19 and 26. And we made a few observations during our research. 50% of our users used multiple sources. Vidmates, Save Insta were names that came up a couple of times. 80% of them agreed that the process was inefficient and time-consuming. 90% of them were excited that they could use one app to cut across 4 or 5 different social media platforms and still be able to download effectively. 60% of them were concerned about information security and privacy when using the app. The major user needs, which advised what we had as our features and functionalities, they needed to be able to download. That's the major thing. Secondly, they needed the option to choose between the quality of the download or the size. And then thirdly, they wanted to know which content had copyright restrictions for when they were referencing or sharing the visual content. So the features we decided to come up with, a copyright warning on videos that had copyright issues, tags to enable you tag the content when you've downloaded for organization and management, and simple steps, minimizing the number of steps, which will result in a simple download process. Our key user persona was Jennifer Okafor, a content manager for a small business. She's responsible for creating and managing the company's social media content. She spends a lot of time social media downloading images, videos, and carousels for inspiration and to use them in her company's marketing materials, social media posts. A major pain point was the frustrating downloading process, poor quality of downloaded content, and the inefficiency in downloading processes, as some of them kept cutting halfway. Her daily goal is to grow her brand social media presence, save time and be more efficient in her work, and create engaging and appealing marketing materials. So we came up with a task flow, keeping in mind one of our objectives was to minimize the steps involved in downloading. So if you have a video that you want to download, you simply copy the video from whatever social media platform you're on. You come to our app, get to the home screen, you drop the link to the video, you pick your download quality, you tag the videos for referencing, whatever you think it's funny, whatever description you want to use to tag, you can tag it, and you can use multiple tags as well, and then you simply download it. And I'll be taking you to our major screens right now. On the left, we have our splash screen, Snappy. On the right, download at ease, which was a major concern, making it seamless and easy for our users to download content. And then that's the onboarding page here, get started or sign in. On the left, we have our login page. If you already have an account with us, on the right, we have the sign up page for new users. Then the verification page to verify that you indeed used your email address and your account is secure. And then congratulations, you successfully created an account with us. Let's get started and let's get you to downloading the content you want. On the left here, we have our homepage with a search bar or a link bar. It works in two ways. If you already have what you want to download, if you're still on Instagram and you're seeing a carousel or a video or a picture that you want to save, you simply get the link to that content. You come to the app, you post it, and then you pick the download quality and you download. Otherwise, you're still on our home screen and you're looking for a funny Aki and Pawpaw video. You simply search with funny Aki Pawpaw videos, and the app searches the web for Aki and for previously tagged videos under funny and Aki and Pawpaw, and it gives you options of. It will provide various options of content with those tags for you to download from. It also shows you the specific social media that you can download from: LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can connect we ask you to connect us to your social platforms to make the process more seamless, quicker, sort of. We have a tab for your most recent downloads, and we also have a tab for trending downloads worldwide across all platforms. On the right, you have your profile page, where you can create a section for your favorite contents, pictures, memes, and videos that you often reference. You also have a link to your downloads. Then you have drop-down pop-up buttons for account settings, to log out, policies on the app, about the app, and contacting the app developers, contacting us, the app developers. And this page, last but not the least, is your download page. Allowing you to see what's okay. I would stop. Okay, stop sharing. Share. And so apologies for the delay.
Is there anyone else on Tyler's team? Okay.
Snappy download at ease. We have our login page, our sign up page. It's not centralized. What's I'm having issues with my prototype. I'll just end the presentation on these notes. I'm currently having issues with the prototype. That's it from Team Colossus.
Okay, thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much.
Yes, thank you. But someone else may need to present the slides of your present their screen of your slides, because the panelists need to give feedback, and I
Oh,
think they may have to see what they want to point you in. So can someone else, or I mean, I don't know, is this okay, Pazo, Adepinse? Can someone else just share their screen?
Yeah,
or
so my
put it-
question is, do you guys have a prototyped stuff? That is the question. If you have, share it. If you don't have, let us know.
sorry, I don't get that, Prazo.
Like do you guys actually, if you guys have a prototype stuff, then another person from your team can share it. If you guys don't have, then I think we can just go with what we have seen so far.
The prototype, okay.
Can another person from the team just let us know what is going on?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, David, can hear you.
Yeah, so actually there's not really actually a prototyped stuff. We just have the interface designed. So probably we can just present that something.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so usually this, I just start this then.
Okay, Prazo. Adebimpe.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
here. So like I thought you want to walk us through your screen and show us what you want us to see, or what?
Actually, Ty has actually done a breakdown of everything. So I thought this is the critical part that we are at now.
Okay. So the first thing, if I'll be frank with you, I think this is a very poor presentation. Um and I think it shows the lack of preparedness of the team. You guys, because like the instruction for the case study is for us to have like an end-to-end prototype. And yeah, I know you guys have just getting started. I know you guys are like maybe collaboration, different locations, people, some of you are still working, you get, but it's a commitment that you just have to be committed to. I was telling someone recently, I said, to get a tech job, I'm not trying to bash you guys, but I'm just trying to give you a very frank opinion. And please just take it out of a party talking to a party, but in a candid way. You get. So I told someone recently, like I was like, there have been a like tech job is easy to get, but it's not easy to keep. Why? Because that job that you landed, some other people are hunting for that job. Sure, you get. And I don't want you guys to build with this space. I don't want you guys to build with this face to the outside world there. Why? Because the thing is that this is like a poor impression. I'm lying to you. Your stuff, you guys didn't join the I'm saying this because you guys didn't join the meeting early. We waited for you guys, and the presentation is still not presenting. The prototype is not prototyping. You get. But let me give you feedback based on what I have on the screen. If I'll be honest with you, your work seems clean. You get, it looks clean, but like we can't enjoy it. I can't enjoy the stuff. Like, you get, the stuff is not finished, so it's just like, I don't know what it's like, but it's like half the experience is not complete for me. So can you just scroll via the screen and let me just give feedback? Okay. Yeah, so I think the same thing we said earlier about the login screens. The login page is not important, and I don't know why you are asking your user to log in with. So if you're asking them to log in with something, maybe log in with Facebook, log in with Twitter, log in with stuff, then that means they don't have to actually add those links when they get to the interface of your app again. Like, instead of where you have login with what's it called? Where you have login with on your interface, where you have maybe connect your app with us, like connect your Instagram, connect your, so in as much they are logging in with their Instagram here or Twitter here, then meaning that on the interface, then they won't have to log in or connect that app again. Why? Because they have logged in with the app in the first place. You get. So just continue. Yeah, move down a little bit. Yes, it's good there. No. Yes. So for this part, like see, I will still give you guys the task of working on this job and send it to me. You have to go. I will speak with the program teams. You guys' certificates will not be released until you work on your screen and share it with me. Why I'm saying this, because we need to be able to grade you guys. We have one thing I'll try for is that I'm not saying we are guaranteeing job for everybody, but we have hiring partners that occasionally they meet us for vetted talents. You get. And then one of the ways we can be able to know that the people we are recommending are solid is when we have seen their job and what they have done in the past. And this is one of the reasons why we are still actually having a mentorship session after the bootcamp. So please, you have to still work on this thing and share it with me. So this part looks pretty okay. I think I like it. One thing that I kind of we say here is the part of connect us with your social media platform. It does not sound as the content does not sound as what you want it to be. You get. Like when you say connect up with your social media partner, it's giving me not for me to sign up with my, like, connect my social media. I don't know if you are seeing it the way I'm seeing it, but the content feels off for me in a certain way. You get. So now I have a question. Where are you getting most recent from? Is it from what some other people are doing on the platform, or what this person is doing? And how are you fetching your trending parts?
So the
I
most
believe
recent,
it's waiting for me to do this, right? So
yeah,
let
yeah.
me hear your thoughts.
Okay, so the most recent is mostly as from what Tayo said and what we all agreed on. The most recent is mostly what you recently downloaded. So you don't have to like really just go back to your downloads. You can just maybe you want to like pick up something from what you recently downloaded from. That's what most recent is for. And trending. So the other team said, the whole trend of I'm not your brother and all that kind of stuff. If you just come into the app and probably that's what you want to search for, you can just probably just sit here and instead of searching or pasting any link, you can easily just pick it up from here and download or and use.
Yeah, I asked this question intentionally. You should know by now. So, how are you fetching your trending from? Let's say the most recent is what the guy actually recently downloaded, right? So, but how are you fetching your trending from? Are you fetching it from what some other people are be searching on your app or what?
So trending mostly will go the algorithm of what is actually trending in the social media platform because there are some trends that are very, very popular than the others. So we just try to integrate those that are trending very high than the others and we just put them in the trending section.
You are still dodging my question. I know what, like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, just let me go and correct what I want to correct instead then. So I'm saying this because number one, as a user, I can't see from your screen or for me agreeing to anything you get. Meaning that when I connect my Instagram or my Twitter or my any platform, you get, when I connect it. So maybe based on what is trending on all those platforms, or based on what user is trending. So meaning that there is no, in one way or the other, you are still using the person's, maybe you are through the person's account, you are still getting what is trending for that person and showing it here. It's useful for that person, you get. But here now, I can't recollect me, because this is data breach. You get, I can't recollect me signing up for anything. Like, okay, maybe you will be able to show me interesting stuff based on my use Instagram to share me stuff based on my data. And I don't see that anywhere, like where, or do you guys have that on your authorization screens?
Brazo, I don't think they have.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So let them just go and redesign it because me, I don't have any comments. Sincerely. I know that you guys might be busy and all like that, and you put a lot of effort into this stuff, right? For example, I'm seeing in the login screen, can you scroll up? In the login screen, I'm seeing like the navigation there. I'm like, what is that doing there? Can you see it? Or sign up with? Can you see that? And then when you go back to the main page, can you go back to where you just came from? It did not let us see what the user will see. As a new user, if I just see most recent and the thing is fetching information directly from my say for example from my library, I'm already disturbed already, right? So, and the essence of whatever we are learning here, the bottom line is we have to be conscious of how we make the users feel. Like right now, we are your users and you've not made us feel well at all. And I know you put a lot of effort to it, right? You've done well for putting a lot of effort, but we just feel like in order to do something very great, you need to put more effort into stuff, even like rethinking about it. So, for example, introducing trending might be useful, but it's actually relevant for this solution, right? So these are like things that you need to really understand. You need to do more research and ask more questions, right? In for other people to know, because this trending, it opens up a lot of holes. You have to start thinking about do you want to build an algorithm for based off of what people like, and how do you know what they like? How much are you willing to spend for APIs and all of those things, right? Because so those are like, there's a lot of canker worms that are trying to open up that you really don't want to touch right now because of the requirements, and the requirements are like very basic and simple to help you do a very a very interesting design, right? But other than that, I don't have any comment again. So Prazo, sorry for cutting over to you.
Yeah, no problem. I think we were trying to say the same thing too. So I think we'll be putting this team on hold for now, until when you guys, I'll be available to give you guys review. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get Ade for that time, but I'll be on ground to give you guys review when you have this done. And I think I will give you guys a timeline to work with. I will share that with you before the end of the call. Yeah, over to the next team.
Hi
Agnes.
guys.
Hi.
Hello. Give me a second to share my screen. All right.
Are you also experiencing network issues?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
We're not.
please. Video.
All right, cool. Hello, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can now.
All right, thank you. This team Olympia. My name is Agnes Akanem, and my teammate is Abba Emmanuel, very popularly known as Realms. And we worked on the Snappy content downloading app. So based on the brief that was given to us, we were told that they wanted an app that is usable, that has clarity of communication, that is efficient. And so we went about trying to create that app. Snappy, we wanted to create a user-friendly app that is easy for people to use to download, because it's a problem. We have people who consume a lot of content online, and sometimes they just want to share it with their friends, and that option may not be available for certain apps that don't allow people to download from their sites. So for this, we wanted to create, the goal of Snappy was to create a product that anyone can use to ensure that they have like a seamless content downloading experience, and to be able to have a little customization, so they have some form of autonomy over the experience that they have with our app. So for the user research, in order to create the product, to decide what Snappy was going to be about, we conducted a user research where we shared questionnaires, an online questionnaire with 17 people, and out of the 17 people, 13 people responded to the questionnaires, and we had 7 people who were active users of social platforms who downloaded frequently, and these were our leads. These were the people that we focused on when creating Snappy. So this is what the people were saying. We have someone who mentioned that in the process of using content downloading app, his experience is that the login process was so long, and in the end he ended up getting banned. He didn't even get access. So that was a problem for him. Another person was like, he just wanted something easy, that he had an app that he was using, and then the government found out about it, and it was like an entire thing. And every app he has used after that one, there's just like so many steps to download, and sometimes he has like issues of just the process of getting to downloading content is the problem for him. And then there are those that they wanted the option to be able to download multiple content at the same time, and those that complain that because they've not been able to download directly from the apps, they have to screen record, and so like the quality of the content dips. And then there are others that complained about ads being excessive. And then there was one person that was really big on where the file should be, because she has everything separated into folders, and she just did not want it to get mixed up. So she wanted the option to be able to rename content that she downloads, and to be able to save it in a particular place. Okay, so based on the people that we spoke to, based on the interview forms they filled and the follow-up interview that we had, we realized that their pain points are lengthy registration, where the content or where the video goes, ruined resolution and ads. And from everything they said to us, we're able to come up with this persona. And also this persona is interesting to us because this user needs the product. Hermes needs the product. He is a content creator and influencer. And those of you who are familiar with what they do, you know that they are forever like online, forever engaging people in one way or another. And to be able to keep on top of trends, they may not be able to create original content all the time. So most of them rely on being able to repost other people's content, being able to stitch other people's content, being able to reference other people's content. So this particular user, we created him because he needs Snappy. He needs it to maintain his livelihood. And if you look at who he is, what he says, he's basically telling us that his job is to let people know what is happening. And he's just tired of the process of just registering if you're trying to use like third-party apps and the poor resolution. This person he's a content creator and a lifestyle influencer. So you have expectations when you go to his Instagram page. It's clean. He has how everything looks. And so he's a stickler for organization. So based on our user persona, we realized that what they want to do is they want to be able to quickly download videos that they can repost. They want to be able to save those videos without losing the resolution, or at least be able to choose the resolution. And they want to have like a space where they can keep these videos so that they can make reference to it whenever they need it. So based on our user persona, we were able to do a priority matrix and come up with some core features that we felt that they would need. So the first one we have is they can choose to log in with their Google accounts. So if they don't want to just sign up straight, they can choose to log in with their Google accounts. They can also choose to skip registration. When we spoke to people, a lot of them were just hammering on the process. Actually, they wanted the ease of just being able to just go in and go out. So we wanted to be able to give them that option as well. And also we decided to create a feature that allows them to choose the storage path for their content. Now for the sign-in, when we initially created the app, okay, I'm so sorry, let me not get ahead of myself. Additional features that we thought about was the resolution option, where if people download content or share use a link to download the content, they can always get the highest resolution of that content. So if the person who posted it in 4K, they will be able to get that 4K. If they posted it in 1080p, they'll be able to get 1080p. And then there's also the option of reducing the resolution. If they're trying to save, if it's someone who's trying to save space, who doesn't want the highest resolution, they can also choose to go for 360p or 720p. So that option is available. And then we also give them the option to rename the file. So it doesn't just appear as just numbers, that they have some sort of idea. So for the storyboard, we start with Bassi. We created a comic to show Bassi's mood. So it starts with him he's trying to download a reel, and he goes online, and we have the site asking him a bunch of questions. Are you a robot? Prove your humanity. Ads everywhere. And so that's just frustrating for him. He decides to just look for another option, and he searches Google and he finds us. So he downloads the app and he realizes that, okay, the registration process is actually easy because I can choose to skip the registration process. And if I wanted to, like, I could use like my Google account. So we have here with Snappy, Bassi is just able to like copy and just paste the link he wants. And he's able to choose the resolution file, is able to rename, and is able to choose the storage path for his content. And as a result of our app, Bassi is able to stay up with trends. He's able to keep reposting content, like, because he knows he can quickly download it from Snappy without any problem. He's able to stay on top of trends, his followers increases, and as a result of that, he gets brand endorsements, he's happy, he recommends Snappy to other people. So this is the ideal story, and this is what we first designed for. But after we shared our first design with people, that was the best part of the project for us, because it really humbled us. It just showed us that you could be designing, but if the people you are designing for cannot use the app, then it was for nothing. So based on the people that we shared the prototype with, they were like, it works. And then someone was like, he wishes it had like a download list, because that wasn't available. And so because this person said he wishes he had a download list, all of a sudden we're able to justify our decision to have to sign in. So this was our justification for signing in. So if you sign in, because you have an account with us, you are able to see your history, your download history. If you decide to skip that process, if you decide not to log in, if you just want to paste, that's also fine, but you would not be able to have access to your previous downloads. So if it's something that is important to you, you will sign in. So that's how we're able to justify the signing. So this person was like, okay, they skipped the registration process, but they wish they could skip the remaining process. And that was when it occurred to us that when we had initially designed the first iteration of the app, we basically, because we know that this is a pain point, we basically shoved this feature down their throats without giving the user the option, the illusion of choice. Because what if the person doesn't want to rename, and we just left it there, want to rename. And so this person called us out and was like, okay, I like the fact that I can skip registration, but like, what if I don't want to rename? And so we had to go back and take a look at our app. More comments that came was this person was like, okay, he used the app, that the app was okay, he was able to go through everything seamlessly, but he wishes that at the end of the downloading process, there was an option to share the app with his friends, because it would be so nice that they wouldn't have to go to their gallery, they wouldn't have to go to photos, they could just, from the app, if it's something that is urgent, if something they just wanted to quickly share with people, they can just have like that option. So and then finally someone was like, that the app is cool, but choosing the file size is choosing the file size feasible. So now in the first iteration of our app, we said this for downloading, like at the point where you're about to download and you get to choose your file size, this was the prompt that we put there. So we realized that based on that user's experience, that it wasn't a clear prompt. And one of the things that the brief included was that there has to be clarity in communication, and that really showed itself when we did the usability test, because on our own we just felt like it's something that they would know, but a user called us out on it. I'm like, okay, the person actually thought that what this meant, this person thought that what this meant was that we were going to give them the clearest, they get to decide what if they use a link, whether or not the source video was clear, that we would be able to give them crisp quality, but that's not possible. What we can assure you is that at the highest level, the highest resolution quality of your content, we can give that to you, but we cannot give you what is not there. So we had to change that prompt to reflect what we intended, so there is like no confusion. So based on the usability test, we realized that, okay, it would make sense that to encourage people to justify the sign-in option, that download history will be available to those who sign in, and the users who skip the registration, they will not have access to their download history. So the prompt was also changed from choose file size to numbers, that's the 1080p to 4K to 720p to 320, just so people can get an idea of the resolution quality. And then also we updated the rename, so that if at the end of downloading the video you do not want to rename, if you don't want to rename your file, you don't have to, you can just click cancel and keep it moving. And also we thought that it would be great that users will be able to share their content from our app to other sites. So that's it. So I want to show us the prototype. I want to show us the prototype. So yeah. So you imagine you're a user who downloads Snappy for the first time. This is the page that you are met with. If you wanted to, you could sign up and it would take you to a place where you would put in your name, you put in your email and the password. If that's not an option if you wanted to log in, you'd log in with your details. If you wanted to sign in with Google, that is also an option that is available. For those people that want to skip, it just takes them straight to the interface where they just paste the link from the site or wherever they got it from, and they start downloading. So the other feature that we included for Snappy is you get a video preview. So that there are cases where you think you copy the link and then you go and you download something else. But if you have a preview, because you already know what content to expect, it will be able to, if it's not the right video, you can check yourself immediately. So a preview just gives them a sense like, okay, yes, I'm actually downloading the right content. So on the next page, we have the option for the resolution. So right now it is at the highest resolution of that image. If you click on it, you can get the 720p. You can get anything lower than that if that was what you wanted. So you download Snappy, and here you have your download successful. So if you wanted to rename the file, that's also like an option available. If you wanted to cancel, that is also available. If you wanted to rename, you click the rename, you come here and you can just rename the file, and from there you save. So about I think I let me go back to the beginning. So that because there are authorizations that we need for people who are using the app for the very first time. Once you sign in, or once you sign up, let's follow the sign up. And once you sign up, it takes you here. Where you can grant the app permission to your media and to your files. And then it allows you, this, by the way, we built this for Android screen, so it's not for iOS. So it also allows you to choose the path for your downloads. If you are doing it for the first time, you would only need to click that permission like one time. It's just like a one-time permission. We just need your authorization one time, and then it takes you straight to the interface where you can just go on to use the app as quickly as possible, rename if you want to, cancel if you don't, and you're basically done. So I feel like if we had more time, we would have implemented the share feature, because I thought that was very, very interesting, that most of the apps that we actually use, that like if we are editing or something, there's always the option to share with other people from the app. So I feel like that would have made their journey, or it would make things easier. But like, I'm hoping that if we were to develop this further, we would also get a chance to we'll get a chance to add those features. But that is it from us. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to our presentation.
Thank you so much, Agnes. Very amazing. Prazo, Adebimpe.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. Let me ask, are you the only one in your team?
Oh no, I'm not. It's me and my
Rams
team.
is here. Rams is here.
Rams is here. Yeah, Rams is
Because
here.
you did the old stuff. So
oh please, I think I need to be very clear. The others praise their teammates. Me, I've got to go and thank Realms personally. in his DMs. But like I think I need to be clear that this was a very collaborative work from the very beginning. Realms was very, very involved. From the user research, we both collected the questionnaires, we shared it with our friends. We were able to trace back who said what because we shared it with our friends to go back and have like follow-up questions. Realms was very helpful in designing the prototype, and we basically worked on everything together. We thought of our strengths and we played to it. So yeah, shout out to Realms. This presentation would not be possible without him. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rems. And nice presentation, Agnes. Well, it's there are a lot of stuff on your screen. I think well, we talk about some of these things on our post bootcamp activities. I love the fact that you guys the part that caught me in your presentation is the part of your research where you can actually get to interview and get feedback from people that actually exist and that they are curious to use this. If you guys were to build this product, that means you guys at least have 1 or 2 people that will want to take it for a spin. You get. So that is very, very very dope. But there is something about your app. I don't know why you guys don't use mobile app that you have to go and enable. So, but outside of that, I feel like in my session I could remember I said 3 things. I said something like 3 steps that I used to take when I was to work. Number 1 thing is the function. You guys have the function, like what you want the app to do, what you want your user to do on your app. Yes, they're able to do it. And number 2 is form. Like, I mean, form is like the approach I used to achieve my function. Can it stand the test of time? Well, to some reasonable extent, your approach can. And number 3 is feel. Is this thing visually appealing? Is it fine? I will say concerning your feel that the feel is not there. You get. And that is I think I'll be working with you guys, maybe dedicating 1 hour or so to you guys to guide you after, so that like you will redesign everything, not adding anything to it, but now adding some, how will I put it, now adding some like some maybe design flair to it. What I'll be doing for you is not to come and design it for you, but I'll be giving you constraint. Okay, just go and find this typography, do this, do that. I'll just tell you what to do, then you guys, or what not to do, then you guys should go and knock yourself out. Because like there's a lot of potential in your work, but the truth is that in 2023 going to 2024, if this app will do everything, like the function is there, I won't lie to you, but if this app will do everything that I will need in this life, I will not download it. Why? Because I don't think it's visually appealing enough. Yes, I know some of you did not have like background in design at all. Sure, you get. And that is why you are at this bootcamp. And that is why I'm volunteering to now work with you guys to redesign this.
You too.
Yes, so that you can now be able to
Brazil.
What do you say?
I too would like to volunteer.
Okay. So that you guys will be able
Agnes,
to
can
now.
you pull up your screen again, your slides, please?
Yeah, sure.
So you guys can now be able to, because like the projects you are doing here now will be, if a recruiter asks you for your project, this is part of what you are going to share. You get. So that alone, like I just want you to like let's work on it and let's make it better. I love the presentation, I love the function, but I believe the feel of the app can be better. Your maybe sometimes like all these things where me I have a background in design from start. Shege have a background in design from start. Most of my friends are designer, so I'm used to seeing what they are doing. So I have a benchmark when I'm starting my career as a designer. You get. So the field is, let's just improve on the field. That's what I would say. So Ade, over to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Prazo.
Sorry, Prazo. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. You wanted to say something?
Yep. Prazo, this offer of reworking on it with us is for everybody, Abi.
No, it's not for everybody.
No,
It's
the
not for
first thing,
everybody.
no, I'm talking about their own particular project. You get. So I think Ade said they will join too. So maybe I will just hand you guys over to Ade, so
Thank
that
you.
I can be able to tackle other groups too.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, Ade, back to you, please.
All right. First thing I want to commend you guys for is that this was a well thought process, right? And you're able to take us on a journey. I'd have preferred if the way you talked about it was more of a storytelling style, but this style still works very well because you're able to tell us the reason for every decision, and that is what interested me especially, right? Because this is what we are talking about. Like, your interface may not be so great, right? Especially maybe, for example, now you want to focus on like UX design alone, right? And you just want to like finish your work on maybe like wireframing, and then you have to like hire like a UI designer to join your team, right? If it's to that extent, this already is like very, very good, right? UI wise, sorry, but not so much. It has a lot of work. Like, you need a lot of work to do. Then again, another thing I think you guys missed out on was the fact that when you are thinking of Medium, right? So Medium is basically which of the devices, right, do you need your users to interact with your interface, right?
Yeah.
Mostly, even based on statistics, like this, like generic statistics, we are seeing a world where we have more mobile users than large desktop users, right? But we now have some exceptions that we require that, okay, you know what, you need a large screen for you to interact with it. So for example, imagine using Figma, like designing with Figma on your mobile phone. No matter how good that interface is, how responsive UX-wise and all of those things, you are still going to feel a little bit of disconnect, right? Because it's not large enough to see the fine details that you need to look out for while designing, right? But in terms of you will find that most users already interact with social media with their mobile phones, right? Except some few exceptions. For example, like me now, I prefer Twitter web than, but other than that, I interact with like all my other social media applications from my phone. Okay. And that already should give you an insight into doing that rather than using a tablet, right? And that automatically like show off your design. So I advise that tablet is like the last thing you should think about, except if you are specific on designing for a tablet view. So for example, let's say you have another design tool that you want to work on, and then you want to just focus on tablet, or maybe you are designing for doctors who need large screen to be able to see the art monitor and all of those things all in one interface, right? Or maybe it's an edtech platform where they want to see how all their students are stacked against each other in terms of their knowledge gap and all of those things, right? So apart from that, your interface does not actually need a large what's the word now? A large real estate, right? So working with a mobile would have been better for
But
you.
this is an Android.
Okay, if this is an Android, the aspect ratio
It's an
is
Android. That's why the permission looks a bit so I wonder if this would have been slicker as maybe if I presented it as maybe for an iOS device,
no.
maybe
If we have done so, the thing is, when we design for mobile, we mostly like our go-to is iOS
okay.
aspect, you understand? Then we
Okay.
usually kind of scale that iOS aspect ratio for Android aspect ratio. The reason is because Android aspect ratio is 1 across all the Android devices, just 1. But
Yeah.
iOS aspect ratio is very different. Like it's so different that it's insane. I'm serious. iPhone 11 mini. If you design for iPhone 11 mini and then try to use that design for say like iPhone 14 Pro Max, it will be horrible. So what we mostly do is we use iPhone 13 mini, right? Because that one skills like is very close to Android and it's still very close to iPhone 14 Pro Max and it's still very close to iPhone 11 mini. So when you are scaling down from iPhone 13 mini, it's not as if it's going to be perfect, but it will be very, very close to it. People cannot tell the difference except designers. Do you understand?
Okay. Yeah.
When you are scaling higher, it's even like almost a 1-to-1 match. Like I said again, people cannot tell the difference except they are designers, right? And again, mobile platforms are so good in sense that when you have like a font size and everything, they already have scaling for the font sizing and their names. So for example, let's say you're using 16 pixels on iPhone 13 mini now. On that same 16 pixels, it's probably like maybe 1.2 rems or 1.3 or 1.45 rems. It's just a scaling ratio, right?
Yeah.
I need to think about it so much right now. So it allows that one-to-one representation to be done on the iPhone 14 Pro Max as well.
Yeah.
So regarding your UX process is like everybody, please go and copy them. That was, I can say that's like UX process of how they were able to speak with users, and it's very, very important, and that's another philosophy of mine that I joined when I relocated to Canada recently. I joined the startup, and within 2 weeks, I think I've spent like 2 weeks in that startup now. You understand? We've interacted with users. I've gone back to the drawing board. I've edited. I've adjusted. I've come back again, and then they're enjoying the interface now. Do you understand? And we're not talking about like people. These over 46,000 users across North America. So, that's why it's very important that sometimes just even if it's rubbish you are doing, no matter how good you are, you still do rubbish at some point because your head will choke. And because of that now, if you just put in the hands of the user, I'm sure that's like the fastest way. But you just sit there in the corner of your room and then you're thinking, let me make sure that everything is perfect. You will do rubbish. But when you know, okay, this is what we think the users can do, and then you give them, users will be like, I'm sorry, whatever you're doing is wrong. Okay, we want this. I just like the thing, like the change, like this. I just like this. Do you understand? They will help you see the things that you have missed out on. Do you understand? What makes a great user experience designer is not because a perfect designer, but because you put yourself out there, put yourself on the spot, and you are willing to learn on the spot. Do you understand? So when we're talking about the most humble people on this earth, is the experience designers, because we know and we understand that we did not know. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
So all of those learnings, and then we try to build a better product, right? And that's what you guys have done properly well. Like you took all of those learnings, and so I think in terms of your presentation, I don't have any issue with how your process work. It could be better. There are a lot of things that you could have done to make it a lot more better, but based on your level, like everything you've done so far has wowed me. And that is why I said, okay, you know what? Let's just help it to finish work. This UI we'll just
Thank you.
So that will let you know you can connect with me so that we can fix maybe 1 or 2 meetings.
Okay, that'll be great. Thank you so much. Oh yes, I just want to add that when we did the competitive analysis, there were apps out there that were just using language as the sign-in. You just had to put in whatever language you were in, and you were in. So someone that has used that app before, they were just like, that was just the best, because it just went straight to the point. So they just wanted to add that there for competitive analysis. Yeah, that's what we're up against. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Can I stop sharing my screen now?
Yes, you can stop sharing.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you so much. I think the only team that we successfully graded today was the first team, and that is team Artemis, right? So yeah, I think thank you so much for your presentation. If like the thing is, if we want to give feedback or grade, you know what, let's grade the other team, but know that you are still going to work on it, you get. So I'll just hold on for a minute, or I think I will come back to this place later. Let's quickly talk about the post bootcamp activity. So the post bootcamp activity will be starting from we let me put it like this. So for the post bootcamp activity, we'll be meeting once in a week. Okay. So when we meet that once in a week, we try to you can ask me question. If I need to bring anybody on board, the person will be there on the call with you guys. And so you'll be able to ask your mind, please. Ask your mind, and always take advantage of it by getting your hands dirty on any projects out there and bring it so that we can give you guys review. See, if I see my first design today, I will laugh. I will laugh because my first design is not good. That's just it. Like I've watched enough tutorials in my life that I thought my first UI design was just going to go like Greece, but it was it turns out bad, so. And we are all been there in one time or the other. And one thing that I used to tell people that a good out of bad design forms a good design, because you need to be a bad designer to be creating a bad design over time, and with time you now become a better designer. So that is one thing I want you to have. Everybody, we are all still improving. Like, there are some things that I might not notice today. I used to tell people that I work with that, see, design is not a tailoring job that you have to stand behind one master or one ogre and I will be telling you what to do, or you'll be looking at him. No, the joy of being a designer is that the person that you are giving review to, like some of you that I am giving review to today, we come tomorrow, I mean literally tomorrow, and make my work better. Oh, why don't you do it like this? Why don't you do it like this? That is the joy of being a designer. It's not a kind of job whereby you have to follow one person. Oh, this is how they do it, and you cannot change it because the master has spoken. So that is that about that. So for our post bootcamp activities, when should we meet? Should we maintain once in a week and make it weekend, or during the week? So over to you guys.
Please, during the weekend, probably on Sundays, or just Saturday mornings, very early. Yeah. For me, I don't think I'll be able to meet up with the weekdays.
Yeah, for me too. I think Saturday morning, evening. I agree with Agnes. Saturday morning works.
Okay, Saturday morning.
Yes.
Or Sunday night.
No, which Sunday night?
Sunday night.
Let's work on Monday morning, please. Help me and see you. Which Sunday night?
The guys are saying Sunday night, the women are saying Saturday morning. So which
There's
one?
work on Monday now. It can't be Sunday night, please.
Sunday evening.
So let's compromise. So David, Esther, we invite you some, maybe as a guest speaker. But if you are doing Saturday morning, Adebimpe cannot come because of his time zone. So he's literally just waking up to join this session, and I really thank him for that. So Tayo, Indy. So what are we saying? Let's agree.
Yeah, I think I'll just go with Saturday morning then.
Okay. So David, Esther, Tayo, Rems.
Saturday
Rems,
morning.
Saturday morning.
Rems, are you agreeing with Saturday morning now?
Yeah, let me go with that because my work also on Saturday, but I can do this from work. I'm fine.
Oh, okay, no problem then. Thank you. So what I will say we can do is that so I will share with you guys a like a timetable that we follow. So what we are going to do is everything that will be taught in this boot camp, you get, I will try to give you guys a task because you see have access to the videos, right? So I'll give you guys a task on each of these stuff. Maybe on color, I can design a screen and just make it very poor and ask you to refix the color, something like that. And or maybe things about layout just for you to get your hand dirty, and also
Especially
for
layout
us,
side.
yeah, no problem. So also for us that we are still having issues with our project, please, David and your team, please, I will be expecting on our next call on Saturday. I'll be expecting you guys to drop your link for me so that we go through it and I'll be able to give your team your feedback. Okay. And Agnes and Rems. So I just share your file with me. I will go through it and I'll be able to make feedback. So I think when you are done, yes, I'll be able to share your projects with Ade so that I can be able to maybe give you guys feedback, because the truth is that I know if he wants to, like, he's someone that is very passionate about teaching, but I won't want him to overstress himself because of his time zone. But when there's any necessity, I will always reach out to him for you guys. Okay. So please send it to me. Okay, let me copy it and put it on my WhatsApp. Let me just copy it now so that I will not go and forget. So thank you guys, and we've come to the end of the bootcamp. I don't know if Sarah has any goodie she wants to share for us, Sha.
Yes, you're right. Let me just end the YouTube